This is such a great question because I know a lot of women would cut out carbohydrates when their aim is fat loss, thinking that might be the reason why they're not getting results, because carbs definitely got demonized there for a while. But I promise you, you absolutely don't have to. And you can include things like bread and wraps within a balanced diet. But it really will come down to, if your aim is fat loss, understanding what your energy requirements are and then learning how to factor in those foods in the right serving sizes for you. This is something that I teach all of my clients to do, because if they particularly like something like bread or wraps and it's convenient for them in their lifestyle, I'd rather teach them how to have it in their diet rather than that they need to restrict and avoid things, because that way they're going to adhere to a protocol a lot more easily and then also probably get more sustainable results. So I will share with you the brands that I might recommend to my clients, but it will also come down to a couple of different factors. And I talk about this a lot. It's why personalized nutrition is so good, because you'll find out the one that sort of sits the best with you, because we have our lower calorie options, but sometimes they're more processed and they have more ingredients in them that you might not necessarily feel comfortable with. One of the comparisons that I've done before is, say, sourdough and English muffins. Sourdough has probably a better formulation, so the ingredients list is better, but it is more energy dense. So if somebody prefers to have something that is a more natural ingredient, I would teach them how to factor in their sourdough, because that's something they enjoy. It aligns with what they want to do. Or if someone's not necessarily that fussed on the ingredients list because of what their diet looks like as a whole, they may be okay going with the English muffin that is lower in calories but might have something else in it, like maybe a few little additives or preservatives. But it comes down to the individual preference. So what I might do is a comparison on a bunch of different wraps, and then you can sort of take your pick as to which one it might fit best into your own personal parameters, because we're all very, very different, which is one of the benefits of when I work with a client one-to-one, because we can take a little bit of column A, if that works for you, and a little bit of column B, and we come up with a customized protocol for you so that you will always be able to find your, and you don't have to conform to a certain meal plan or a certain way of eating. Because if I recommend to somebody, say with an Italian heritage, hey, I don't want you to eat any pasta anymore because it's really high in carbohydrates, that might not necessarily feel very natural or very normal for them. It also means if they go and visit their mum or nonna who's made them pasta and they don't want to eat it, they could be offended. It also could be something they enjoy. So what I'm better off doing is teaching you how to enjoy those foods, what your serving size should be, and how to make that work into a balanced diet as a whole, fit in with your energy requirements, and then all of a sudden you get to eat foods that you enjoy. You get to still have connection and joy over food, but you're also getting those results that you want. So you actually get the best of both worlds. And one of the things is, because I work with you personally, then you get to learn what works for you long term. It's not just we're just eating this way for the 12 weeks. I teach you how to eat for life. And that way, the next time you go and visit Nonna and she's making pasta, you get to have it and enjoy it with her, and it's a win-win for everyone. You get the results you want, but you get to enjoy Nonna's beautiful food. And I think that would make everyone really, really happy. So that's how I work with my clients. We can always factor in pretty much anything, because there is a time and a place for all food. There's also different contexts for different foods, and that's what I like to teach. I teach what I preach, my friends, because I never want somebody to sacrifice having a moment of connection with a friend or family member simply in the sake of their health or feeling like they're restricted from something, because it's never worked out well for me in the past. And one thing I've learned from the hundreds of women that I've now worked with, which is wild to me when I realize how big that number actually is now, one of the things that I've realized is that people are more likely to be consistent when they're doing something they enjoy. It's also much easier for you to make good decisions that work for you and your family and your lifestyle when you've got all the knowledge and information, rather than just following off a guideline or a meal plan. So that's why I do the things the way that I do them. So I've got this on my list.